All right, welcome back, baseball fans, to an Eliminating the New York Yankees video from the Carryover League 70 to 73. Wow, tough one here. Yankees, I think they were, they were in first place last year at the All-Star break. They went into a slump. It continued into this year. They had 289 last year. They dropped 50 points to 249. Team ERA got better, but the bullpen got worse. It was a strange year. Bobby Mercer, though, 3 years with his 1971 card in the 4-year carryover league. I'll have it one more time next year. Guy hits 330 every year with it. Consistent. Great card, great player. That 71 Mercer. Completely living up to expectations. The best player on the Yankees for 3 years in a row. Nettles and Munson were all-stars a year ago. This year, not so much. Ron Bloomberg's monster card did not translate. 253, 2 homers, and yes, 7. A grand total of 7 RBI. Nah, it's not going to get it done. Roy White leading off. Only a 308 on base. Only 4 stolen bases. Yeah, you're just talking about a team that was in the slump the entire year. Best bullpen in baseball on the Strat cards. Lyle, no. ERA below 2, my ERA above 4. Jack Aker, ERA at 2, my ERA 379. Lindy McDaniel, ERA around 2, my ERA 332. Fred Bean is the only pitcher in the Yankee bullpen who was as advertised in 17 and the third innings. 110 whip. And your bullpen lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lost 7 games. Lost 7 of the 21 games. Pretty simple. I use a lot of the NFL configurations for strategy, for arranging a league, quantity of teams, divisions, wild cards, things like that. It looks a lot like the NFL. And this is sort of like where, in the training camp, the Yankees tout the best pitching staff, the best relief pitching that's ever been assembled. And when all is said and done, they're ranked 32nd or something. It's just completely the opposite of what you would expect. And that killed this team. Absolutely killed this New York Yankee team. So let's take a look now at the 8 players of 1970 who will go away. Good news for the Yankees, we are moving forward in the 1970s. They're going to be working on that stadium. Eventually, Mr. Steinbrenner will take over, and Billy Martin will get hired, and you get the idea. But we're not there yet. We are moving out of 1970. Next year, we will get into 1974. So, it'll be 8 players to be taken away. And 7, 8. Okay. So let's see who's coming back for the Yankees here. They have the optimal split of your 12 guys coming back. You want 7 and 5. 7 hitters, 5 pitchers. That gives you flexibility to split your draft into, pitching and hitting. You don't have to worry about one area being weaker. So let's look at the 7 hitters first. And actually, what do we got? We got Thurman, of course. We have Nettles. Clark can still play another year at second base. Mercer in the outfield. Celerino Sanchez did play for the Yankees, you see here. But he's redundant with Nettles. So you might want to ship him out. He doesn't do a whole lot anyway. You can be DH for the moment. Catcher, second. You already have Nettles at third. Mercer's in center. Bloomberg and Hirschberger were platooning in right field a year ago. Could do the same thing again. So, Danny Cater's not here at first. Gene Michael's not here at short. Roy White's not here that we know of. And as far as pitching goes, well, half of that great bullpen is coming back. Fred Bean was the most effective pitcher. Relief 4-star 6. The 168 ERA. That's a great card. His 73 card. Was a Yankee card, too. And, of course, Sparky Lyle. So half of those great relievers are coming back. And as far as the starters go, Stottlemyre, starter 9. Love a starter 9. He had a bad year. Totally expect a rebound year for Stottlemyre. McAndrew, man, I really do love this card, but he just didn't live up to it. He got knocked around this year. Kekich, this is about as good as it gets, folks, for Kekich. And he's a 72. They got 2 more years out of this guy. And he's really the number 4 starter. So let's see what the Yankees do to rebound from this terrible disaster in the year 2022. Okay, let's take a look at the 70 Yankee players to go away. The first one is Danny Cater. Now, what's interesting, Danny Cater and Sparky Lyle would not be teammates anyway, because they were traded for each other. And you'll see Cater's got a Kansas City A hat on here. So when he was with the Yankees, it was just for a couple years anyway, 70 and 71. In 72, he's on Boston, and Sparky Lyle was on Boston, and so that was the trade with the Yankees and the Red Sox. So Cater, he's got these 4 years left, and he's got a nice year in 73 with the Sox. You know, he's definitely good enough to be kept. Even though he's not really Yankee property. His 71 year with the Yankees, he's okay too. He'll be in the league. Let's just call it that. We know Danny Cater will be in the league. And let's just call him a keeper now for the Yankees. Let's say they want to keep him. But I'm thinking that if a team comes along and wants a defensive-minded first baseman with a nice batting average, they can deal him. Next player is Jake Gibbs. That was really a high watermark for him at that point of his career. Jake, yeah. 70, there it is, 301. Completely outlier year for the guy. 71, he turns back into the guy who was a lifetime 233 hitter. Do you need a left-handed hitting catcher when you got Munson? You could argue that you don't even need a guy with Munson, or just take anybody. Don't rely on Jake, but you have to have Jake Gibbs. So he does qualify for waivers. So what we're going to do is right now we're going to put him as a keeper, but we will gladly move him to waivers if I can find better keepers. And I probably should, I'm thinking. The Yankees should be pretty good still. Not going to be awful. Gene Michael. Now Gene, we liked his 70 card because he was a rangy 2 at short. And range is everything here for the shortstop position. How about 1974? At age 36, the guy hits 260. He's conceivably a 3 at short in all 4 years. And he's a Yankee for all 4 years. He's a keeper. And frankly, he's a keeper over Gibbs. So he'll be a keeper. And if they want, they can get a better hitter. I mean, he just hit 214. So you have a chance to bring him back with a 260 card next year at age 36. So they'll bring Michael back. All right, the next guy, a very weird guy, you'll see this, is a guy they picked up as a free agent. His name's Ron Slocum, who was just a kid out of San Diego, probably on that expansion Padre team, yeah. And they printed his card in the year of 1970, and that was it. That's all she wrote, folks. And so, yeah, nice little, had 127 plate appearances in his career, and he got to play a full season with the New York Yankees, so that had to be a lot of fun. We're going to retire Ron Slocum. The fifth and final hitter is, of course, Roy White. We know we're keeping him. But we get to have some fun here and figure out which will be the best year to pick for Roy White. So, 70 was a killer year, folks. I don't think people realize how great it was. He was overshadowed by so many great offensive talents in that year. But look at this year. 296, 387, 860 OPS, 22 homers for Roy, 95 walks. Heck of a great year for Roy White, 1970. 73, leads the league in plate appearances, but he hits 246. 72, leads the league in walks with 99 and a 384 on base. Has a 388 on base in 71. So I'm like in 71 or 2 or even 74 every year other than 73 is what I would take. But he's a Yankee. So Roy White is a keeper. So now we're going to get into a situation guys are going to start to go on waivers here because we like all these guys. We got 4 keepers already. We haven't even gotten to the pitching. Fritz Peterson. How many Fritzes are there? There's a lot of them. Fritz Peterson. So, Fritzy, 20-game winner. Tough year, though. It was a tough one. That's a real shame. It's a shame to get that 20-winning card, all-star card for Fritz Peterson into the league and have it blow up, and it did. That's a shame. Good news is, 71, his stats aren't quite as good, but his whip is 113. Led the league in the whip in 70. My goodness, it got lit up. He was 1-6. How does that happen? How does that even happen? But then again, how are we eliminating the Yankees while the Toronto Blue Jays are still playing baseball? Bizarro, folks. Bizarro. He's coming back. He's a Yankee. 2 more years on the rotation. Either one. 71's probably a little bit better. Fritz is coming back. Lefty starter. Plus, you want to give the guy a chance to get the bad taste of 2022 out of his mouth and have a good year next year. So Fritz is coming back. Now, I got too many keepers. Good problem to have. It'll be Lindy McDaniel next. Oh, yeah. Lindy had so many good years out of the bullpen. My goodness. Pitched for 100 years. He was 39. I would have bet he would have pitched into his 40s, and I would have lost that bet. He just seemed so old. I don't know why. Oh, he was 19 when he started. Maybe that was it. Lindy should have some juice left. Sure. 72 and 73. He gets traded to Kansas City in 74, and he's good there as well. So 3 of his 4 years are good. Folks, that's a keeper. That's a keeper, too. So we got lots of choices the Yankees have to make here. They have nobody. They just want to put them flat out on waivers. But we have some ideas. Last player, Jack Aker. 70 again. 1970 again was a great year for these Yankee relievers. Jack Aker's Kansas City A there. Was a pilot in '69, along with the Yankees. 70 Yankees, 71. He's still good with the Yankees. Look at that. Eventually goes to the Cubs and the Braves. He's got 3 or 4 more years left, so he'll be in the league. So let's just put him as a keeper for now. And you got all winter to figure out which guys are going to be put on waivers. So the Yankees are going to be on the phone. They actually have talent to make deals. They're going to be making deals in this offseason. They're going to be teams that don't have 4 keepers. And the Yankees have +3 in the keeper department. Obviously, I'm thinking trade Danny Cater. You don't need him. You'll get Chris Chambliss soon anyway, I think. You don't need Jake Gibbs either. Trade him, even though he might actually go on waivers. Trade or waive him. He's not very good. I'd stick Michael. He's a Yankee. You got to figure you'll keep him, so he's probably a keeper. Roy White's a keeper. And then 2 of the pitchers. So I'm Fritz Peterson, and one of these guys should be traded. Aker, McDaniel. Maybe Aker. So just a quick look. You want your 4 keepers if you're the New York Yankees. Gene Michael, because it's always good to have enough shortstop who's consistent. Roy White, Fritz Peterson, and either McDaniel or Aker. Those would be my 4. And try and get some value out of Cater, a left-handed hitting catcher like Jake Gibbs, and a good right-handed setup guy like Jack Aker. That would be the thing I think you should do in this offseason. We have a long way to go before those moves are made. Thanks for checking out this Eliminating the New York Yankees video. We'll see you next time.